I have triplets right now in my legacy challenge, and this just keeps coming back to haunt me because I keep having to make massive adjustments to my house to accommodate all of these kids. I don't even want to show you how many Sims I have in my house right now. I've got 5 kids, 3 of which are my triplets that just aged up into teenagers. I made this really cool bedroom for them when they were children, and I don't really want to get rid of this because I like it still, but I think maybe it would be good for me to update this a little bit and swap it out so we can have them have some more space. Just to give you a quick overview of the house, I do have some extra room that we could try to make use of. Forgive me, it was Winterfest the other day in game, so I can remove a couple of these things. I also got some Christmas presents. Maybe I'll sell those too. But I have this area down here. This used to be, and this is gonna sound really weird, but this used to be my horse stables, because when I first built this house, and yes, it is a penthouse. I am in the sky. When I first built this house, I had a horse. I called it my pent horse, and this whole section over here had like horse stuff, like horse jumps, and this was the stable. That's why it's on the outside of the house. And my horse died a long time ago, and I never did anything with this room to put it back into like a normal usable space. And I also have this room over here, which right now I'm using as a gym, but I'm kind of thinking that we could maybe swap those 2 spaces. We could make this into a bedroom so the kids could have 2 rooms instead of just 1 for all 3 of them. I can put the gym over here because it's not that weird to have a slightly detached gym. I thought about trying to redo it to make this more accessible from the interior, but I don't really want to change the kitchen because I like it too much, and I don't really want to redo the bathroom because I kind of need it there. So I think this being the gym is a good call, and this could totally become an extra bedroom for one of the kids. I may want to shrink things a little bit, although I might regret this, and I can just take all of that furniture and switch the room that it's in. We don't need as much hallway, and it would be nice to have a slightly bigger room for the kid. I don't want to do this first. I'm gonna come back to this. I know it looks like a mess, but I want to do that after I decorate the bedroom. It just deleted one of my things. Oh, because I moved stuff around. I see. I'm gonna delete everything upstairs, and it's gonna hurt me to do it, but I'm gonna remove all of this stuff again because I want to do this again completely from scratch. Although maybe I'll keep the beds. I did like the beds. So I don't know if you can see, but we kind of had this like red and blue color scheme on half of the room and then a purple color scheme on the other half. That's because I keep getting the triplets confused. So I had them have like dedicated colors so I would know who was who when I was playing. But maybe the red and blue Sims can keep this upstairs room and the purple Sim can have their own room downstairs. Is that mean? This one, Philip, is the purple Sim. He's an overachiever and a slob. And then Ted and Marvin are the other 2. Marvin's chased by death and he loves dogs. Ted is creative and childish. All right, I think we'll stick to the red and blue up here and then we'll do purple downstairs. I think that's my plan. I was able to get plenty of money back, which is making me feel a bit better. Also, the cat's here. She just appeared. Sorry, if you see ears, don't worry about it. All right, I'm painting most of the walls with a plain color. I do still kind of like the idea of the split up sides for the bedroom. I thought that was kind of fun before. So we could maybe try to keep that up. I wonder if we could get a divider instead. There are like some slightly more casual ones, or we could build the wall. We could also use furniture as a divider because there's stuff like these bookshelves that are kind of dual-sided. This is the cat, by the way, the one who you might hear scream in a second. I put her in her little bed on the floor and she does often scream when she's in that bed on the floor, so I'm just warning you. Maybe we could do a double bed, like one of the big high school years ones, because that does come in some fun bluish colors. I kind of like that one. Do you think it's okay if we have a single bed on one side and a double bed on the other one? I think that makes me feel bad. Okay, it didn't work. The cat's back. She's on my lap again. Yeah, and the red situation with the beds isn't very good. That's a shame. I guess this one is similar, so I could just use that instead. Is it weird if they have like 2 different brick colors? Part of me is wondering about having a brick in between them, because that could be an interesting way to like tie the 2 sides together. It's almost like a neutral tone in between them, and obviously it's not a completely neutral tone because it is still red, but it does kind of nicely tie it together. Now keep in mind, the red Sim is the one who loves dogs, and he's also chased by death. So he doesn't have a hobby, so we can kind of pick a hobby for him. The blue Sim is the one who's creative, so we can maybe give him some artsy stuff. I forgot about this. That's actually so good. I'm realizing that I don't think I like this bed anymore. I'm kind of wondering about using this bed instead, because this bed, it does come in both the colors that we're trying to use, and it has the black accent, which I think is a little bit nicer. And that's actually probably better anyway, because I don't want it to look too similar to how it was before. Like, I don't want to use the same thing every time I do this. So this might be for the best. Okay, university does have a desk. I'm not sure if this is weird. I think it's a little bit weird, but part of me kind of likes them being back to back like this. Like, isn't that sort of cool? It does really separate the space and like give each of them their own corners, which is probably a good thing. I wonder if I could use this brick again. Is using it twice too much? Maybe we stick to white. This is kind of a different vibe. This rug, I haven't really used that before. Maybe I try that one. We can make it more of like a true blue on the walls too, instead of like the greenish blue. I think I lied earlier about me wanting to use this bed. I don't think I meant it. I'm curious about maybe going back to the bunk bed thing. I'm not sure how we all feel about this, but that's kind of a different concept, and I can keep these cute lights with the pictures that we had before, and then sort of sticking to that artist vibe, I can give this sim some art stuff. Like, I can get my paint brushes over here. I just sized this down. I don't know how it looks. I guess it comes with a blue thing, which is good. He can have some sketchbooks on his desk. Oh, I want to use this rug so bad. Is it okay if I just put it like straight down the middle of the room? Is that fine? Is the gaming poster entirely too much? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really have a lot of the red, but it does bring the two colors together. And I think that a lot of the stuff on this back wall probably should be a nice mix between the two. I have art stuff from this, so we could put those right there. I might get the digital sketch pad. I also love this bookshelf. I think this is so cool. So I want to try that. Okay, picture this. Couple of dog statues and like a mirror on top of this dresser. The sim loves dogs, so they at least have something dog related. We used to have a bunch of lights, like fairy lights in this room, so maybe I could get some extra ones and kind of put them all the way across this wall. I think we could also benefit from an extra computer in here. One of the Sims was a slob. I just can't remember which one, so I might want to check that too and then give them some of these piles of clothes. Oh, it's the purple one that's a slob. Okay, we can make a messy room down there for the purple Sim then. I am kind of wondering about what would happen if I had a little bit of a mess up here. Like, can you still get to that? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, you know what else we could do? I could maybe swap this window out for the door, because then they have like two balcony access points. Before that balcony was only accessible through this bathroom, which is kind of weird, so I guess it's good to have another space for it. I'm putting a couple little bits of clutter on the desks, just trying not to overdo it. I like the idea of lava lamps. Can I change this color to be a bit more red? We can put a blue one on the other half. When these Sims were younger, they had some of these trophies hung up in their room. I don't think this is weird. I think that kind of makes sense that they would still have their trophies because they were probably in sports. Maybe they're still in sports, so we can get some trophies up there on that wall. This plushie is kind of hilarious and it makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, like young. That might even be good like that. I think that's a nice split. I don't want to spend too much money because like I remember that I have a whole other room to decorate, so we should probably move downstairs and work on this one now. So this lucky Sim gets their whole own room. They're the winner. This is the one who's a slob and they've got that kind of purple theme. I might even give them a double bed. I don't know if I've used this bed with the basketball before. That's kind of fun. Maybe we could try and do this as the color combo. I think that's cool. And I might even get like the same brick that I had upstairs. I might even get a brick accent like this black brick. I don't know if there's any big purple curtains. We do have this set of blinds, which I don't even know if I like. I'm not sure. So this one is Philip. He's also an overachiever, which is good because that means that we can put a lot of skill stuff in here to take up space. Hate that so much. Don't do that, never mind. What if he had a TV? Oh, lucky Sim. That's so much money. That could be nice though to have another TV just as like another place for the Sims to watch because there's so many Sims in this household. It's good to have extra locations like this. I'll put some of the mess underneath it, which will fit nicely. I've never used that nightstand. This is just a plain wooden end table. I guess it's not very good. Sometimes there's a reason I haven't used different parts of this game and it's because I don't like them. This is the nightstand that both of their siblings have. Maybe I'd do it again. I'm kind of sad to have them not sharing a room anymore because I did like it when they shared a room. So maybe it's cute to have some nods to back when they did still have a room together. Okay, this rug is not purple, but I am gonna try to make it work. There's a little bit of blue in the bed, so wait. Oh, I hadn't considered that. I guess that's not good though, with this wall coloring. Yeah, probably not. Let's stick to this one. I may even use that same desk again. And instead of a computer, partially because I have no money left, but instead of a computer, I might get one of those little journals because that is useful for a lot of that life and death content we're trying to use right now. So I'd like to have one somewhere. Oh, look at these fun Void Critter posters. I'll use those. That's simple. Maybe we put a dresser, like a low dresser, something just like this. Oh, that's very wide. This one from high school years is kind of the right size. So maybe I'll put that here and we can stack up some clutter on it. I might even get a fish bowl. Please, please don't keep fish in bowls, by the way. It's not safe for them. You need proper tanks for them. Don't be like this sim, okay? Sims are actually really bad at caring for fish. They don't even feed them. So do not take advice from your sims about how to care for these. I think I might let that be done. I'm a little bit scared about spending too much. So I'm thinking that this much right here is probably a good amount, and it's very recognizable whose room is whose. I do have to make a couple of adjustments to this gym now. I wonder if I can sell anything out of anybody's inventories. Most of the sims just have homework. This sim has a couple things that can be sold. And I can put this in the trash. That gives me some money. Yeah, see, like Nina has a dance floor. She doesn't need that. Everybody's got graves. That's a little bit of extra. Because I have that money trash can and I have 9 sims in my household, I get 90 simoleons for every plate that I put in the trash can. So we're not doing that bad. We will be okay. I just sort of like to have a little bit more cushion than this. This is a scarily small amount of money for having to take care of this many sims and also having a house this big. We have a lot of bills to pay. It's the bills, like they add up so quickly and we have to pay them so often that I'm just super aware of that looming cost. Okay, I put a couple of extra weights in there. I've got the treadmill, we have the yoga mat. I have music for dancing. I might put another plant on this little side table. And then maybe I get a ceiling fan. Luckily, we already had all this stuff, so we didn't have to rebuy it. I can't believe I finally have decorated that room. The horse has been dead for so long. Okay, well, here's a little finished product sort of tour. Maybe I get some more lights. Oh no. I think I want more stuff on this desk as well. I do have some little bits of clutter. I have a lot of small photos. These are like our relatives from a long time ago. We can maybe put some of those up. How about a picture of Nina? We get like a really nice posed picture of Nina. That's from her wedding, but she ended up getting divorced. So I don't know if it's insensitive of me to have it up there, but I think she's fine. She knows she looked good in that picture. I think she's okay with it. Oh, what the heck? That must have been from me having them spawn decorations. It didn't have enough space over here when I did it, so it spawned over there. You know that decor box? Basically, I used one of those. I didn't notice that it did that. Okay, well, I think that downstairs stuff is done. Upstairs, we've got this bedroom kind of split in half between red and blue. I think that looks good. I think that we're all set. This was kind of a short video, so I'm sorry to end it here. I guess it's a little bit soon, but I wanted to show you the process at least. And actually, when you're seeing this, I'm gonna be at my cousin's wedding. So maybe it's a good thing to have a short video. It makes the pre-recording a little bit easier on me. So I'm sorry, but also I'm not. If you by chance have never seen this legacy challenge before, I'll link the playlist down below for you. This sim Warren is gonna be our next legacy heir, and as I'm recording this, he's gonna become a young adult in 0 days, and he's gonna sort of start his own thing and move off on his own. So now is not a bad time to start watching, just because we're kind of beginning again. So even if you haven't seen all of these people, don't worry about it. It's fine. They're gonna be gone soon anyway. And with that, I think I'll wrap it up, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. Oh, let me know if I should upload a redone version of this house onto the gallery, because the one from before has the bedrooms completely different, obviously. So let me know if I should post it again.